Chapter 22, we will speak about heat engine and second law of thermodynamics and also entropy. But for our class, we will not focus much on entropy. We will just focus on heat engine and the second law of thermodynamics. So the heat engine that we will learn in this class, it has two types. One that is heat pump. First is heat engine. So we have the engine or any thermal media that will receive energy as a heat from high temperature reservoir and then transfer energy to the cold reservoir, and the difference of thermal energy will become work that this engine work. And another type, it will be like a reverse process of the heat engine. So the thermal media receive the thermal energy as heat from cold reservoir, and by doing in this process we need to do some work to the system. Then the system can extract heat from the cold reservoir and transfer it to hot reservoir. So that's the idea of these two types of engine. Law of thermodynamics. From the first law of thermodynamics, the statement is about conservation of energy. So we can conclude at the equation like this: delta U is the internal energy change equal to the heat exchange between the system and environment, and work that done by external or by environment. So the first law of thermodynamics states that a change in internal energy in a system can occur as a result of energy transfer by heat, by work, or by both. So then thermal or energy transfer, it has two types of energy transfer, that is heat and work. But for the second law of thermodynamics, so the statement is not conservation, sorry, this is not correct. For the second law of thermodynamics, heat flows simultaneously from hotter to colder regions of matter or downhill in terms of the temperature gradient. So it means temperature or energy always flow from hotter media to colder media. So if we want to do the reverse process, we need to do some work. But not all heat can convert into work in a cyclic process. So this is the statement in this. Lord Kelvin is a important person in thermodynamics. He is a British physicist and also mathematician. He is the one who proposed to use the absolute temperature scale or the Kelvin scale that we use for the temperature or absolute temperature. His work in thermodynamics also led to the idea that energy cannot pass simultaneously from colder object to a hotter object, or his work is a statement of the second law of thermodynamics. So let's look in the heat engine. See in this diagram. So we have the system or our engine. It will take the energy from the heat reservoir and then it operates in cyclic process. So the express fraction of the energy become work. So the difference between input heat energy and output heat energy will become work for the system. So the idea that the system absorbs heat from the high temperature reservoir, or we use symbol for Q subscript H. And by this process, when the medium receive heat, the system will normally system will expand, and when the system expand, system will do some work. So that is mean the system do some work, and after that the system will compress. When it's compressed, it expel the thermal energy into the cold reservoir. We use the symbol for Q subscript C. And we can calculate for the efficiency of the system by the input energy divided by output work. So the input energy is come from the hot reservoir. The work is W engine. So for the cyclic process, internal energy change is zero. Then when internal energy change is zero, the work will equal to the net of the energy transfer by heat. That is the heat input from hot reservoir and the heat output to cold reservoir. So this is the idea, but we can see that if we want to make a perfect heat engine, it means every thermal energy that the system receive convert to work. That is perfect heat engine. But this is just an ideal case. We never have something like this. We always have something like this. So heat input and then some part is output to the coder. Second type of thermodynamic engine, that is heat pump. Heat pump or refrigerator. So the idea of refrigerator that we do some work to pump the heat from colder part and transfer energy to the higher energy. Example is refrigerator and air conditioner. So the idea that we have the thermal media or our system, it will extract the thermal energy from the cold reservoir. In the case of refrigerator, that is the inside of refrigerator, or air conditioner, that is our room that we want to cool the system. So we extract the energy from air inside the room. To do that, it will have excess heat. That heat will expel to the outside environment or hotter reservoir. But to do that, we need external work to make this reverse process possible. So the coefficient of the process will define as the input energy divided by work that done by the energy, or work that have to put into the energy. The same, if for the perfect heat pump, it means we can transfer heat from the colder temperature and then transfer to the higher temperature without doing any work. But this is mean perfect heat pump. That is also an ideal case that is impossible. So it will be possible only the temperature are the same. Sorry, the heat transfer are the same. So what is the COP, or coefficient of performance? The effective of the thermodynamic system is called the coefficient of performance. So it means what is the performance of our thermodynamic system. So in principle, it's just defined as energy gained by the system divided by energy lost by the system. In cooling mode, the energy gain is the energy removed from the core temperature. Then COP for the cooling mode is a QC, and the energy loss is the work that due to the system or work done on the heat pump. Normally for the good refrigerator, we should have high COP that about 5 to 6. This value should be the value of about 5 to 6. In heating mode, gain is a heat transfer from higher temperature into our system. Then the COP or coefficient of performance for the heating mode engine, that is QH divided by WENG. So this work is work done by the heat pump or by our system. So in principle, the process cannot be directly the one who explain for the cyclic process. That is Carnot. Carnot is a French engineer. He is the one who showed the qualitative relation between heat and work, and he also the theoretical engineer who developed engine that nowadays we call it Carnot engine. A Carnot engine is a heat engine that operates in an ideal of reversible cycle between two reservoirs, which have the most efficiency engine that possible. So no real heat engine that can operate between these two energy reservoirs that can have the efficiency better than Carnot engine. So then it means the Carnot cycle or Carnot engine is the best cycle reversible cycle engine. The Carnot cycle. The Carnot cycle is have 4 process. First, the system or gas receive heat from hot reservoir and then do some work by isothermal expansion. So in this step, the system receive heat and gas inside the system is expanded by isothermal process. Then the gas do some work we call WAB in this case. And from the second of state B, system still expand but without absorb any heat. So it means at this process, the system are insulated. Then it have an adiabatic expansion. So for adiabatic expansion, no heat exchange between system and environment, and the temperature start to drop from high reservoir to cold reservoir. So by this process, without heat exchange, but system or gas still do some work with adiabatic expansion. And from the state C to state D, the system will start to do isothermal compression. For isothermal compression, gas will be compressed and release the energy into the cold reservoir. So in this process, we have heat out or heat exchange from the system to the cold reservoir, and will have work done to the system. From state D back to state A, it will have an adiabatic compression. So it means system still further compressed but without thermal exchange between the gas compression and the outside, so no heat exchange, and the temperature will drop from cold to high because when it's compressed, the temperature start to increase again. So in this process, also have work done to the gas, and then from state A, it will go to state B, C, D, and A again. So this called Carnot cycle. So we look in the diagram, PV diagram, we have something like this. We have two reservoir, two temperature, and the cyclic or cycle it start from A with an isothermal to state B, and then adiabatic to state C, and isothermal compression to state D, and adiabatic compression to state A. So when it become a cycle, total internal energy change is zero. Then the work will equal to the difference between energy absorbed from hot reservoir and energy expelled to cold reservoir. And the work is the surface area in this part. So by this concept, we can calculate for the efficiency for the Carnot cycle equal to 1 minus QC over QH or QCD over QAB. And this part will can be converted to TC by TH. So it means the efficiency of the Carnot cycle will related to the temperature difference between TC and TH, or between hot reservoir and cold reservoir. So if TC equal to TH, it means no temperature difference, then no heat exchange, then it means not is that not a heat engine anymore. The best or the maximum efficiency, that is cold temperature, is 0 Kelvin, because if this part becomes 0, then the efficiency will become 100%. But normally we don't have a cold reservoir at a 0 Kelvin. We normal engine always operate at the room temperature, so the room temperature TC should be around 300 Kelvin. Then we can see that the efficiency will related to TH minus TC. So in principle, if we keep TC constant, if we increase TH, the efficiency also increase. So from our last slide, we can see that we have heating COP and cooling mode COP like this.